terror sweeps the world. Fear grips billions. War rages on every continent. Economic slavery flourishes. Tyranny is upheld as freedom. Murder and torture are common. Lies spew from the mouths of our leaders, while planet Earth, our only home, is destroyed in the quest to profit a few. Happy New Year then! Woohoo! And a happy new decade. Time to put the past behind us and look ahead to the future. A future without fake terror attacks used to strip us of our liberties, steal natural resources and justify bombing Stone Age people to death. Where the biggest business in the world, the arms trade, doesn't manipulate world events so it can make money and keep the population afraid, confused and compliant. Well, maybe not then. Welcome to the FKN Newz. I'm heavily subsidized. Here are the headlines tonight. Fantasy pant bomber justifies military action in the Yemen, Somalia, and the womb of the bomber's mother. America claims the recent attempt to bring down a plane over the USA is evidence their strategy for never-ending war, profiting the military-industrial machine, is working. Barack Obama has called for intervention in the Yemen, where the bombers thought to have been radicalized in a 2-week visit, and in his mother's womb, where he was gestated for 9 months, a suspiciously long time, say the CIA. Gordon Brown has called for an international conference to discuss how BAE Systems and others can profit from this non-attack by selling more weapons, and how the population of the UK and the USA should be cavity searched every day in case they have explosive diarrhea. Other security experts have warned of the dangers of terrorists rubbing their hands together quickly, generating dangerous amounts of heat. If enough terrorists got on a plane and all rubbed their hands together at once, the results, they say, could be catastrophic. More on that story later. In the UK, Labour Party rebels have called for a secret ballot of MPs to decide if Gordon Brown should lead them to defeat at the forthcoming general election. Many MPs think a change of leadership would help them be defeated more effectively and persuade the voting public to run even faster into the arms of the Tories and their bankistocracy friends. Gordon Brown did not make this imaginary statement a little while ago. Fuck you, Jeff Hoon, and fuck you, Patricia Hewitt. Blairite gimps, both of you. I hope defeat tastes better than Tony's dick. Apparently I'm not very popular with the voters, or my own party. Labour's behind in the polls, and my personal standing is the lowest of any Labour leader ever. Some people are worried this means we'll lose the election and Britain will be run by elite knobs who owe their allegiance to banks, corporations and rich party donors. But don't worry, you'll never know the difference. In a related story, the Landless Peasant Party has officially been registered by the Electoral Commission in the UK, and Deke Jackson, its leader, will stand against Gordon Brown in the general election. Here's Deke with a party political broadcast. Hello, my name's Deke Jackson, and I'm a landless peasant. Unless you're one of the 6,000 people who own most of Britain, so are you. The needs of all people are the same: shelter, food, energy, education, health and security. Our owners have handed the provision of these basic human rights to private enterprise, so that as much profit as possible can be made by as few people as possible. We are the pets and livestock of a ruling class who own the land and manage us like battery hens, cooped up in as small a space as possible to achieve maximum productivity. 100 years ago, we knew we were peasants with no rights. Only male landowners could vote, and the people of Britain were emerging from centuries of industrial slavery and exploitation that saw poverty and oppression on a vast scale. The Labour Party was formed to represent the interests of peasants. They gave us longer tea breaks, the right to complain, paid holidays and pensions, so when your slavery was over, you could enjoy what little was left of your life, like horses put out to paddock. Thanks, Labour, but no thanks. It's time for peasants to take back the real source of power and wealth, our land. The Landless Peasant Party will put all of our nation in the hands of all of its people. And as far as is practical and useful, we will give people the means to be self-reliant. We'll build homes that generate energy, create zero tax thresholds for self-sufficient homes, provide advice and grants for food and energy production, and more. Don't mistake us for Luddites, though. Those who wish to can have an electricity bill and shop in supermarkets for food produced by slaves in other countries. We maintain that everybody has the right to sustain their life by their own means. The benefits of this are many. Less government, more community, lower tax, fewer people living off the backs of others, less damage to the environment. So, vote landless peasant for an end to the breeding of peasants and the beginning of free people leading free lives. For more information, visit landocracy.org. Donations are welcome. Thank you. Thanks. We'll leave you tonight with some music as the surveillance of our private lives increases every day and new laws allowing thousands of government officials to read your emails, listen to your phone calls and snoop through your bank accounts and internet use come into force. Big Brother has never been bigger. From now on and for the rest of your life, you can be sure somebody's watching you.
Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching. Somebody's watching me. On some kind of CCTV. Somebody's watching me. It's late. I'm on the way back from the pub and I'm drunk. I'm eating a kebab and I couldn't give a fuck. In the cab, or the train, or on the bus, there's a magic eye watching over us. 24/7 I'm in the show. Watch out for my appearance on the time-lapse show. If I stumble, slip and fall, I'll get the clip show call. I'm so lucky someone's recorded it all. Somebody's watching. Somebody's watching. At the back of the shops, there's a greasy man with his pants down, having a shop. Widescreen monitors, wall to wall, stop, freeze frame, he's got it all. Tilt, pan, zoom, freeze, he's taken your cleavage home with ease. Rewind, replay, young mother in a miniskirt way. You're shopping, he's bopping, he's got the upskirt voyeurism button. Somebody for your own good, fighting crime in the streets, so we should. Outside the pub, the blood spills, head-kicked victims in grainy stills. The camera fails to stop the assault, but later we can point and see who's at fault. Data protected, you'll be directed to victim support and a form to fill. Result: smaller, cheaper, vigilance is deeper. When you get there, you'll be safe from all the peepers. Somebody's watching. Somebody's watching me. Somebody on some kind of CCTV. Underpass, overpass, grainy pictures of where she was seen last. Enhanced by special detectives, the sinister figure behind is still black. This is a family's last memory of loss. Police are looking for a dark smudge, and the plot, that's your lot. helpful with the traffic chaos. No need for the blanket coverage. It's my idea of interactives. Every camera broadcast to the masses, and all our brave leaders in meeting with the heads of state and other foreign leaders. Let's have the cameras grafted onto their peepers. In session behind closed doors. I'd like some CCTV of yours. Somebody's watching me, and so they should. There's no telling what I might do when I'm walking up the street. No telling what I might do to you if it's you I meet.
Hi.
Somebody better be watching me.
The freedom is slavery. The ignorance is strength. The war is peace. The freedom is slavery. The ignorance is strength. The war is peace. The freedom is slavery. The ignorance is strength.